9-10th lead over the Florida Gators as we get ready for the second rotation. It is alumni night here in Gainesville, and I tell you what, this storied tradition has got a lot of amazing alumni, and we've got a great group of them that visited the floor earlier. Amongst that group, Rhonda Fain, who won 3 NCAA team titles for the Florida Gators as their head coach while she was here. So great to see them. And we've got one of the greatest Gators of all time, one of the greatest gymnasts to ever put on a pair of grips in women's collegiate gymnastics. Taylor Davis is with her now.
Someone who experienced a lot of success in this building, Trinity Thomas, Gator great, and now student assistant coach. How are you adjusting to this new role?
Yes, adjusting to this new role has honestly been pretty easy.
Yeah.
I love these girls. Some of them were my teammates, and then there's so many new freshmen that are equally amazing, and it's been so fun guiding them and coaching them throughout this fall and now into season.
And you get to have this new role here tonight on Alumni Night. What made this place so special? What kind of memories come back for you?
Oh my goodness, all the memories, the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows, and Gator Nation really is the most special crowd ever. And I miss competing in here every Friday night, but I'm so glad that I still get to experience it in a different role.
Well, you miss competing, we miss watching you, but doesn't necessarily mean your gymnastics career is over. What else are you still doing in the sport?
Yes, I am still training elite. I hope to be competing at Winter Cup on all 4 events at the end of February, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
Incredible. She can't be stopped, John. Why would she? Thank you so much, Trinity.
Thank you.
Thanks, Taylor. One of the best ever. 28 10s in her career. She's tied for the all-time lead. 34-time All-American. It goes on and on. And here's some of the Florida gymnastics history. They started in '73, 3 NCAA titles, as I mentioned, just numerous outstanding individuals and many more to come. What a great program. We're going to see them, the Gators. They're going to go to the uneven bars next, or the vault. Uneven bars next, and the Crimson Tide to the vault. I'll get it right. The Florida Gators. A lot of gymnastics yet to go. Florida moving to the uneven bars, Alabama moving to the vault.
We begin our second rotation on the ball. The Crimson Tide leading off,
Jamison Sears will be the first gymnast to go. Had a lot of fun watching her warm up, Bridget. She's going to be a special one, right?
Absolutely. She has so much talent, and she's just fun to watch. And we talk a lot about the start values on vault. You're not going to see a ton of 10-0 start values from this Alabama vault lineup yet, but it is soon to come. Jamison leading off with a huge Yurchenko full. That's a 9.95 star value. And that was nearly perfect. One thing I love, she gets the block, but she opens up those hips, keeps that laid out position, finds the link, just a hop. Little hop on that landing.
If you're going to do a slightly easier vault, do it like that.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Done. Textbook. Now over to the uneven bars. Sloan Blakely, the junior from Frisco, Texas. Former national team member, a gymnast out of the World Olympic Gymnastics Academy that's produced Olympic champions, most notably Carly Patterson and Marcia Lupin.
Sloan setting the tone for this bar lineup. Aggressive bar swinger. Just a dismount here. It's a flying landing. Hit a double front.
Held on to it.
She held on to that. Wow, that is experience coming into play. A lot of athletes would have given up and taken that step, but not Sloan Blakely. What a star for Florida right here. Great height. I mean, well above the high bar. You see she spots that landing, holds it, and gets the stick.
You can see assistant coach Owen Field on this side. He would scare me into sticking with that cheer. Jenny Rowland likes it. Chloe LaCourcier, we saw her lead off the uneven bars. Here she is on ball.
Yurchenko 1.5. You saw she's outside of those white lines. That is crucial. The judges are looking for the direction of the vault.
She had a lot of trouble in warm-ups with that, though.
Watching her in warm-ups, it looked like she did 15 vaults, and she just couldn't get the block off. But tonight, again, missed the block a little bit, but still stayed on her feet.
Find your feet. She follows Jamison Sears 9.825. Good start score. Again, Alabama with a 1/10 lead after one rotation. That is a minuscule lead against a team like Florida, as we see Victoria win now. After that amazing start on vault in a big-time pressure situation, here she is on uneven bars.
Slight leg separation. I didn't want to talk to you.
Oh.
And I talked a little too soon. That was a half pirouette. Just didn't have enough juice in the tank to get over the bar. That is a 5/10 deduction. Starts right where she left off. She's got a beautiful double way out here. Step on that landing. Not the routine that we saw in warm-ups and not the routine that this Florida team needs. Like we mentioned in rotation 1, you're going to see 6 athletes. Only 5 scores will count. This is the score they're going to want to drop. And right here, those feet are still on the other side of the bar. So she wanted to get her feet over the bar for that half pirouette. Just didn't have the momentum.
A simple skill, right? You've done it 1,000 times, and I'm sure she has too.
I'm sure she has. She's definitely going to go back in the gym and work on that.
So now Lily Hudson follows Chloe Lacourcier's 9.725. Oh, that's beautiful.
Beautiful, Yurchenko. 1.5. That is a 10-0 start value. One of the few 10-0 start values in this ball lineup. What a trooper. Lily Hudson, outstanding performer, and that was great.
Alabama's asking for a 10. Of course they are, but you got to think at least a 9.95, right?
Definitely breaking into the 9.9s for sure. I mean, no movement to block the height, the spotting of the landing, and can we not forget the stick?
That was amazing. Now, here's the interesting part. Victoria win for Florida. Obviously, a big break there. They're going to want to drop that score. But Chloe Lacourcier got a 9.725 in the 2 spot for Alabama. They don't want to count that either. So really, even though Alabama's hit, they have a score that they do not want to count as Gabby Dizador starts her bar routine. Big moment again now for Florida.
Gabby, a freshman, coming after a fall.
You can see it on the right. It is perfect. The perfect 10 for Lily Hudson.
And that was a great routine for Gabby, the freshman coming after a fall. You gotta think the nerves are kicking in, but outstanding performance, getting it back on track.
Big moment there. A 10-0 comes up for the other team while you're on bars. I gotta think that's not exactly helping your focus.
That's when you put your blinders on and you focus on the moment that you are in this Florida team. They come together, they're gonna stay in that bubble.
Victoria win a 9.275. I mean, the rich get richer now. Luisa Blanco following a perfect 10 from Lily Hudson. She's capable of maybe even doing a better vault, Bridget.
Wow. I don't know if that's going to be a 10. In my eyes, there was a tiny hop, but what? Wow.
Her heels came up. Did her toes come up?
Personally, I'm going to say I saw just a tiny movement, but the height, one thing that I love is she keeps these legs glued together right.
Yeah, I saw
Tiny,
air.
tiny
I saw
hop.
air. If you got to take a half-tenth. You can take a half-tenth landing deduction. To me, that looks like a half-tenth. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Quickly over to the uneven bars. Anya Pilgrim, the sensational freshman we talked about in the vault rotation. 9.8 for Gabby Dizador. You can see that 9.275 looming large for the Gators. They want to drop that one.
Such a smooth bar swinger. She had some difficulties in the warm-up with that dismount, but not tonight for the competition. She competes like she's a veteran. She's so calm on every apparatus. Anya coming in strong for this Florida team on uneven bars. They are going to need to drop Victoria wins 9.275 so far. These freshmen are getting them right back on track.
But they're going to have to start scoring better than 9.8s too, because over on ball, Luisa Blanco a 9.95. As we see Gabby Gladio take to the runway.
And a nice, that's a Yurchenko goal. She has the ability to do a Yurchenko 1.5, which would be a 10-0 star value tonight with that 9.95 star value. But Alabama's showing that they've got it. They've got what it takes to put up the big numbers on vault.
You know, I thought vault for Florida would actually be an advantage over Alabama's vault, but the way they've executed, the Crimson Tide actually, I think, are going to score higher than Florida did on that event. Ellie Lazzari now in the 5 spot for the Gators. Anya Pilgrim a 9.85. Feels like a couple of 9.9 pluses are really what they need to keep this thing close after 2.
And this is a big moment for Ellie. She had a fall on vault. Puts that away. Starts with a Takacha here. Nicely done.
9.85 for Gabby Gladio for that vault.
So far, Ellie doing a fabulous job.
Gotta stick this. Gotta stick this.
Tiny hop. She did take a hop on that landing, but what a performance. She had a fall on vault, sat her vault down, comes to uneven bars, and just shows out. Beautiful execution throughout that routine and a hop on the landing, but what a comeback.
And really, her story is a comeback from that Achilles tear. Really, over 2 years working back from that, and it's been challenging, and she looks great.
Absolutely. Building that confidence, it's so important. Head coach Jenny Rowland said in the gym every day, we want to build the confidence to execute in competition.
She went big on bars, Makari Doggett did, and now here she is anchoring the vault rotation.
Hop on that landing again. You didn't see the block that we're used to seeing from Makari. Twisted just a little bit early, but that's a 9.95 star value for this Crimson Tide vault lineup. And so far, they weren't perfect. Well, Lily Hudson was perfect, yes, but they were clean and concise with their movements, and the scores are showing.
And kind of a little strategy there, maybe. They had 3 10-0 vaults kind of sandwiched between some 9.95 start values. Is that trying to inflate those scores maybe a little at the end? Get the judges loosened up a little bit?
John, I never thought there was strategy to coaching until I'm on this side, and now I realize there's a lot of strategy. And Alabama just showing that strategy pays off.
One more gymnast yet to go on the uneven bars as we wait for Ellie Lazzari's score. There it is, 9.925. Big time score, Leanne Wong. Setting Leanne Wong up. Leanne can be better. And that means if she goes and executes, this could be very close to perfection.
Leanne's going to bring some international flair up to the high bar, back down to the low bar.
Saw Makari Doggett score 9.775, so pretty low score. Big moment now. Florida could get back the lead.
Double layout. Just a hop on the landing, but a very nice. Leanne is so clean with her gymnastics and uneven bars. I think she's one of the best uneven bar workers in NCAA.
I don't want to overstate a hop on the landing. That was tremendous. But you know, if you could read her mind right now, she's like, I just missed my bar routine. Like, for someone at that level, a hop is equivalent to a miss for her because she's so perfect.
She is a perfectionist, which can be really challenging in NCAA, competing every single weekend. It's all about learning from those minor mistakes and putting them in the bag because you're on to the next event. Leanne, again, she landed that dismount and said, why didn't I stick? You know she wanted it.
That was a great finish nonetheless for the Florida Gators. We're going to go back over to the Crimson Tide side of the floor. Taylor Davis is with the head coach, Ashley Johnston.
Yes, I am. Thank you, John. Well, Coach, an important vault rotation highlighted by Lily Hudson's 10. What'd they show you there?
It was a great effort all together as a group. They did such a good job of just staying grounded, staying present, and just focusing on the things that they can control. And so really excited about how they're building right now.
We knew with a matchup like this one was bound to be close. How can your girls harness this energy into the next 2 rotations?
You know, it's such a great environment, and so I think it's important that while the fans might be screaming for the Gators, that we use that energy and we use it to our advantage as we go over to floor and just really try to put on a show and enjoy every moment.
See ya. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Taylor. What a rotation. A lot of excitement, some mistakes, but some perfection from the Crimson Tide. It was the first for Lily Hudson on vault, a perfect 10, and that means a razor-thin lead for the Crimson Tide. Here's one more look at it. Doesn't get much better than that. When we come back, we're going to talk about the ever-evolving and growing sport of women's college gymnastics.